Behind closed doors, far from the battlefield, a quiet diplomatic gamble is underway in the Middle East. Russia, once the military lifeline of the Shah Assad, is now emerging as a power broker again, this time mediating a security pact between Israel and Syria, and it's happening with US approval. According to Israeli broadcaster Kan, Moscow is working discreetly with Damascus, seeking to restore influence lost after the fall of the Assad regime in December 2024. Russian forces are returning, military equipment is being redeployed, and Latakia, once a symbol of retreat, is back on the map. The goal? To stabilize southern Syria. Russia wants Syrian army units back near Israel's border, a return to the pre-collapse order. Israel, however, has a different demand: complete demilitarization of southern Syria. Yet even here, calculations run deep. Israeli officials say they would rather see Russian troops on that frontier than allow Turkey to expand its influence, a red line for Tel Aviv. Turkey, after all, backed the opposition that toppled Assad and continues to support Syria's new leadership. The talks are fragile, the gaps remain wide, but for the first time in years, officials say, some progress has been made. All eyes now turn to Mar-a-Lago. Syria is expected to be a central topic when US President Donald Trump meets Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu later this month. Trump has taken a notably softer line on Syria's new president, Ahmed al-Sharaa, even agreeing to lift key Caesar Act sanctions. Israel objected. Washington refused. Trump is now expected to push Netanyahu to give Syria's new leadership another chance and pursue a security deal.
The leader of Syria you had earlier, did you come to any agreements today?
Well, I've had an agreement with him. He's a very strong leader. He comes from a very tough place, and he's a tough guy. I liked him. I get along with him, the new president of Syria. And we'll do everything we can to make Syria successful, because that's part of the Middle East. We have peace now in the Middle East, first time that anyone can remember that ever happening. And as you know, Syria is a very big part of the Middle East, very important part. If you look back at Syria for years, they had the doctors, the lawyers, they had so many of the great intellects. It's an amazing place with great people. And we want to see Syria be successful along with the rest of the Middle East. So I have confidence that he'll be able to do the job, absolutely.
Can we expect an announcement on a pact between Syria and Israel, or an announcement on them joining the anti-ISIS?
Yeah, you can expect some announcements on Syria. We want to see Syria become a country that's very successful, and I think this leader can do it. I really do. I think this leader can do it. And people said he's had a rough past. We've all had rough pasts. But he has had a rough past, and I think, frankly, if you didn't have a rough past, you wouldn't have a chance. He gets along very well with Turkey, with President Erdogan, who's a great leader. Erdogan's a great leader, and very much in favor of what's happening in Syria. We have to make Syria work. Syria is a big part of the Middle East, and I will tell you, I think it is working, and really well. We're working also with Israel on, getting along with Syria, getting along with everybody.
Saudi Arabia is losing patience. Riyadh has warned Washington that Israel's continued airstrikes, incursions, and territorial expansion inside Syria are actively damaging any chance of normalization. A Saudi royal official put it bluntly: Israel, they believe, does not want a stable Syria, it wants a divided one. And that belief is reshaping diplomacy. Saudi Arabia already ties normalization to a Palestinian state. Now southern Syria has entered the equation. Israel's actions in Syria, Lebanon, and the West Bank, Saudi officials say, signal a preference for war, not peace, and that message has been delivered directly to the United States. As Russia mediates, America pressures, and Saudi Arabia draws new red lines, the region stands at a crossroads. A security deal could cool one of the Middle East's oldest front lines, or it could expose a deeper truth, that the race for control, influence, and territory is far from over.